Carl Allah, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Brakateahu, Brakateahu Shai, Brakateahu, Brakateahu Shai, Brakateahu, Brakateahu Shai, the water above, Carl Kadash. Give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that teaches truth, which I believe through the scriptures, 100% of the truth. I'm your brother Malakama, and I'm going to do a lesson today. It's going to be titled Coons, Sellouts, COINTELPRO, Judas Goats. And might even throw bootlicks in there. Many of our influencers, athletes, actors, politicians, or we can call them politricians, church pastors, black boule gatekeepers. These people are often are tools used by the dominant society to help control and influence the movement and direction of the oppressed. And who are the oppressed of these times, man? It's you Jakes, man. You so-called blacks, Hispanics, Latinos, Native Americans. You are the oppressed that's being trodden down upon during this time, man. A sellout is a person who compromises their personal values, integrity, talent. This is the definition of what a sellout is. When I Googled it from a simple Google search. A sellout is a person who compromises their personal value, integrity, talent, etc. for money or personal advancement. And right now in this day and time, man, we got many sellouts out here, man. And they're used to influence, the masses. Definition of a Judas goat. A Judas goat is a trained goat used in general animal herding. The Judas goat is trained to associate with sheep or cattle, leading them to a specific destination. In stockyards, a Judas goat will lead sheep to slaughter while its own life is spared, because a Judas goat is valuable, so they can reuse it over and over again. So why are they going to kill the Judas goat? They're just going to keep it around till they finish doing what its purpose is. And same thing with these tools in our society that they use. A lot of these influencers, these athletes, these retired athletes that they put, on the TV, these Hollywood actors, like this thing that's going on in Israel. A lot of these influencers, they have to come out and show their allegiance to who they're riding with. They have to make it known to the public. And they try to use the people to influence, the mindset of the people. And same thing with the time when they were trying to jab our people up with the C-hip. Who do they use? They put all in front of the TV. These influencers, man. These people don't know the ass from the they don't know the difference between the ass and the hole in the ground, man. Trying to figure things out, but yet they use them to try to influence you to go in a direction that they want you to go. So a lot of people, they put these influencers to take the C-hip. And we still don't know the adverse effects of that, man. So we don't know what the tail of that is going to be. And now we come to the time of the digital era, or this digital age, where they try to merge man in with machine by way of the C-hip. Shalak, if I might messed up on the other one, I was talking about the jab or the jump shot. But now we're going into a time where they're going into this digital system where they're going to try to connect you to this matrix system through the digital system, and that's by putting the C-hip in you, the charagma. So, and who they're going to have on these TVs that's going to be pushing it, and they already started doing it now. A lot of these rappers, some of these entertainers, they're already trying to slow roll you into accepting, taking the C-hip during that time. And according to scripture, if you take that C-hip, you're going to be destroyed, man, as in Revelation 13. Going to simple definition search of coon. Well, what they got to hear, what I pulled up, is a black guy who worships white girls and does not like his own race. A black guy who doesn't barely claim being black. It's not just a guy and who worship white women. A coon is a lot of these black women out here now. You know, a lot of these ones, like they have in a lot of the politics, man, they're there to do the bidding of Esau, Edom. And a lot of them don't give a damn about their race. The only thing they give a damn about is receiving those gifts from Esau, Edom, man. Being able to receive the crumbs from his table. That little bit of money that they make, man, is not shit compared to what these top elites are making, man. And it's not worth it for selling your soul out. So they try to justify the wicked. So we go to the first precept we're going to go to is going to be Proverbs chapter 17, verse 15. He that justifieth the wicked, and he that condemneth the just, even they both are abomination to the Lord, Yahweh. So he that justify the wicked and these what they're doing, you know, and you find a lot of our people, man, these politicians, you know, they go out there and they will try to justify, you know, a lot of these things that these Edomites do. You know, they ride with them. They ride with what's going on over there in the Holy Land. You know, they justifying these wicked acts that they're doing. And, you know, he that justifieth the wicked is he that condemneth and just, that they both be an abomination to the Lord, man. So you're not supposed to justify what the hell these demons are doing, man, here on the earth. Isaiah chapter 5, verse 23, which justify the wicked for reward and take away the righteousness of the righteous from him. Jeremiah 23, verse 1, woe be to the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith the Lord Yahweh. Verse 2, therefore thus saith the Lord God Yahweh of Israel against the pastors that feed my people, ye have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doing, saith the Lord. Isaiah chapter 28, verse 18, and your covenant with death shall be disannulled, and your agreement with hell shall not stand. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, then ye shall be trodden down by it. Because most of these pastors, man, that's out here, that's in these church houses, you know, they're not teaching our people they're not teaching our people any truth, really. Only thing they're doing is pretty much tying them mostly into a worldly doctrine, man, to keep them more in tune and tied into the system. And they really a Judas ghost, man, because they're the main ones when the time of the C-19 came up. They was the main one that was convincing our people to go take that jump juice, man. That jump shot, you know, and they're going to use them again when it comes time for the C-hip. You know, they go there, they don't really go through scriptures, they're not giving breakdowns on any of these prophecies, and so they're leading our people astray. And here we are in deadly times, all hell's about to break loose. World War III and shit is right at the door. Are they warning our people what to do? Hell no, they're not doing it. They're not warning them about the MOTB, about this beast system that's coming in. They're not warning our people at all. Not warning them about Jacob's trouble. These things that these pastors should be telling our people to prepare for, man. But they're leaving them totally defenseless, totally unaware, and they're gonna be overflown by the flood of these, by the overflood of things that's going to come. That's going to happen. They're going to be ill prepared, and they're going to react. They're going to panic, and they're going to drown, man. They're going to be destroyed, and these things is going to come. And then we try to warn our people, they don't want to hear it. They want to hear smooth words from these pastors. They don't want to hear things that's going to offend them or make them feel, you know, or put them in a bad mood, man. But Jake has conditioned themselves to just go along with what's going on in society, man. Whatever that society feeds them, they just eat it up, and they're going to accept it for what it is. And that's why the Lord said they're going to be the 2/3, man. 2/3 are going to be destroyed. The Lord will, those of us in this truth can remain in this truth, man, to the day of reckoning, man, that we can be delivered up out of here. Going to go to 1 Maccabees chapter 1, verse 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. So this device pleased them well. Verse 13, that certain of the people were for so forward, hearing that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen. So our people love to follow the ways of the heathen, man. So that they follow the ordinances of the heathen. Whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem according to the customs of the heathen, and made themselves uncircumcised, and forsook the holy covenant, and joined themselves to the heathen, and were sold to do mischief. And that's the same thing that's been going over repeatedly with our people under all these captivities, man. Well, we still in the Roman captivity. At that time, that was the Greeks, but right now we're in the Roman captivity, and it's still same principles that are being used, the same play that's used on our people. They put these sellouts in front of us, these COINTELPRO people. They put them up as leaders, and they misguide and mislead our people further from the truth, from who they are. These pastors in these church houses, man, not telling you that you're Israel, that you are the Lord's chosen people. That they're not explaining to you why you in this downtrodden position, because you went off against the Lord, man. And you're going to be that way until the Lord comes back. They're not giving our people breakdowns. They're not, not telling them that they're Israel, and not warning them that they have enemies. Also in Maccabees, and this was a prime example of how we supposed to be, man. And this is one of our elders in that time, man. During the time of Maccabees, it was his name was Eleazar. The noble elder was threatened with death to influence his people to follow the customs and the ways of the ruling heathens by eating swine flesh before the people. Being an honorary man, he chose death and torture over the gifts and favor of the heathens. So they try to convince him to, during that time, to eat swine flesh in front of the people, because he was a very influential person during that time. He's the elder, and a lot of people looked up to him. And so they try to convince him by eating swine flesh. The younger generation that came after him says, okay, make it okay to eat swine, And so they left him, they gave him a decision to make, and he chose death. So I'm going to read it out of 2 Maccabees. 2 Maccabees chapter 6, verse 18, and I'm going to read on down to pretty much all the way throughout, so it's going to be a long read. But I just want to hit the main points of this, man, showing how we're supposed to be. We're going to have to stand strong and tall during these times, man. It's about to approach us, man. And use him as an example of what we're supposed to do. The Lord is going to deliver most of our people, but it's going to be something that's going to have to be a sacrifice, man, on this side. But the Lord is going to bring us back, He's going to bring us back, in a short time. 2 Maccabees chapter 6, verse 18. Eleazar, one of the principal scribes, an aged man and of a well-favored countenance, was constrained to open his mouth and to eat swine's flesh. But he, choosing rather to die gloriously than to live stained with such an abomination, spit it forth and come of his own accord to the torment. And now you look at our people today, man. They paid top dollar for some damn pork, man. But here they trying to force one of our elders to eat it. And this shows, we're not supposed to be partaking in things of the heathen. We go on these holidays, and Jake going to go out there and spend his top dollar to buy a nice, big, juicy ham to put on his table that's full of abomination, man. Because you know how Jake loved them holidays, man. He loved to follow the ways of the heathen. So we got Thanksgiving coming up, or really Thanksgiving, and we got Christmas coming up. Second Maccabees chapter 6, verse 20. And it is behold them to come that are resolute to stand out against such things as are not lawful for love of life to be tasted. But they that had the charge of that wicked feast for the old acquaintance, they laid with the man, taking him aside, brought him to bring flesh of his own provision, such as was lawful for him to use, and to make as he did eat of the flesh taken from the sacrifice commanded by the kings. And the same thing they're going to do now, man, when they bring in this digital system. They're going to have these pastors out there in front of the people, these so-called influential people in front of our people, man. They're going to show them taking and receiving that C-hip. They're not going to do like Eleazar, man. They're going to choose to go along with the ways of the heathen. Second Maccabees chapter 6, verse 22, that in so doing he might be delivered from death, and for old friendship with them find favor. So if he went on and even pretended like he ate the swine flesh, man, they was going to not put him to death, and they was going to show him favor. They'll probably give him gifts or whatever, like they do these coons that we have here today, man. These bootlicks in our society, man, of our people. They look like us, but inwardly, they follow the ways of these heathens, man. Second Maccabees chapter 6, verse 23. But he began to consider discreetly, and as become his age, and this one to get a tongue twist with this excellency of his ancient years, and the honor of his gray hair, whereon was come, and his most honest education from a child, or rather the holy law made and given by God Yahweh. Therefore he answered accordingly, and willed them straightways to send him to the grave. He said, no, he said, put me to death. I'm not doing it. He stood his ground, man. For it becometh not our age, said he, in any wise to dissemble, whereupon many young persons might think that Eleazar, being 80 years old and 10, were now gone to a strange religion. So he's trying to get him to trick, these the younger Jakes, man, the younger Israel of our people, to follow these ways of the heathen. And the same trick they're doing today, man. Same trick they're doing today, but now the stakes are more higher, because now we're in Revelations. And like I said, Revelations 13, so the Lord said all those who take and receive that charagma, man, is going to be destroyed. That's pretty much marking yourself, man, to be destroyed when the Lord comes back. Second Maccabees chapter 6, verse 25. And so they through mind hypocrisy, and desire to live a little time and a moment longer, should be deceived by me, and I get a stain in my old age, and make it abominable. So here was an honorable man, through all his life, and here he is in his old age. You think he's going to take the chance and just so he can live a little bit longer to stain his whole reputation? He said, hell no, he's not doing that. Verse 26, for though for the present time I should be delivered from the punishment of men, yet should I not escape the hand of the Almighty, neither alive nor dead. So he knows the true fear of the Lord, man. The Lord, you might get away for a little while on this side, man, but that covenant, if you make that covenant with death, talking about Esau, Edom, you're going to be destroyed, man. The Lord's going to put all type of hell and torment on you. So all those that's going to go against what the Lord warned them to do, and is going to take that charagma, the Lord is going to he's going to put great wrath and punishment on our people. But you can go ahead and finish reading that. It's in Second Maccabees, chapter 6, and read on down from, I think it was 22 on down. And then after you go in that, you go into the mother and the 7 children, her 7 sons, and how they stood tall, man, and how they were honorable in death. refusing to eat the swine flesh, man. And this is talking about flesh, because they know that the Lord was highly against it. But you look at our people now; they eat that swine flesh. You got to have that bacon, pork chop, pig feet, all type of abominable things that they put on their plate to be eaten. Crab legs, shrimp, all these things coming up, man. That's what our people do now. They do it willingly. The devil don't have to force them to do it now. They do it because they done got a palate for it now. And how much more so when they bring in this new system here, once they start shutting everything down, and you're not able to go and pay for your food and shit, and you go on a day without food, Jake's gonna give in willingly, man, to go take that charagma, man. Same thing. So we supposed to stand tall like Eleazar, like the mother and her 7 sons, and keep that in mind as we approach these times that we're going into. But all that being said, all praise to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. I pray this lesson edifying your brother Malakama. With that, say Shalom.